Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be having a look at some standard fleet combat. We're going to be having a look at our balanced fleet with a few changes and versus a powerful kinetic battleship design, a mono fleet design which a lot of people tend to use playing single player. It's a pretty standard sort of battleship design, lots of kinetic artillery, focused arc emitter. You can use, we can swap this out, you can use whatever X-Lite you like depending on your preferred flavor. Artillery combat computer, 4 armor, 2 shields, and we are using shield hardener and armor hardener to help us resist some of those bypass weapons like focused arc emitters, torpedoes, missiles, disruptors, such as that. Now, I did make some changes to this fleet design. I added in some extra battleships. You'll see here, normally we had about 8 battleships. Now we've got 12. So I reduced the number of cruisers down to 16. Our cruiser composition, we'll just have a look at the fleet design. So we've still got our disruptor class cruisers in here, and we've still got our missile class cruisers. So what I did is I took out our our cruiser battleships. Our cruiser carriers, I should say, and replace them with some battleship carriers. So just to give us some extra firepower, extra hit points, some focused arc emitters. So we replaced 8 battleships with 4 battleships. So hangars is about the same because this will give us 8 hangars. 8 hangars pretty much, 8 cruisers with 1 hangar replaced by 4 battleships with 2 hangars. The missiles might be slightly less, because we've got less holes firing the missiles, because there was the cruisers would have, I believe, about the same amount of missiles, but it would obviously be 8 lots of this instead of 4. But we do have the focused arc emitters firing at long range, and you've got the flak defenses. So I just want to see how this would affect the battle, see if this improves the battle or if it reduces the effectiveness of the fleet versus having the cruiser carriers in here or having the extra battleships, to see what works actually better. Let's find out, see how this battle goes.
Hostiles engaged.
Focused arc emitters firing there, the Titan beam. Couple of battleships already. 3 battleships down. The cruisers seem to be taking the bulk of the damage. They lost the battleship there. They've lost 7 battleships now. Firepower is roughly even, so they lost another battleship there. Seem to be getting the upper hand at the moment, the balanced fleet. But they're still relatively close. Hulls both going down. This one's a bit faster. This one's got less shields and armor. Well, it's closed up. I think our Titan has gone down. Let's just have a look what's doing the actual damage here. So we have lost. They've got a slight advantage now. They've quite a lot of hull strength gone. There's a little hull strength gone there as well. That'll be all the bypass weapons helping there. Just have a look at the damage. Focused arc emitters, yeah, they're doing lots of damage from both sides because lots of battleships in play here. Small phase disruptor, kinetic artillery, yep. Damage to armor. So even though it's only 49% effective, kinetic artillery from both sides is doing lots of damage. Focused arc emitters, whirlwind missiles, kinetic artillery to shields, of course. Focused arc emitters, black artillery damage to shields. Wow, that will be probably the corvettes, I imagine. Oh, look, I think the corvettes are. Yeah, got the flak in there, so even close firing as well, doing a bit of damage. Quite a bit of damage, actually. The 20 battleships, but there'll be less than that there. A fair few have retreated. Look at a lot of small ships chasing these guys at the moment. Hopefully the combat computers don't bug out. And they've narrowed that one down. That one's dead. Firing on that one. Now they're bouncing back to the other one. But still the focus arc emitters are firing, which is good. You can see these smaller ships are doing bounty, but they are actually going to targets and killing them, because I think the focused Archimedes are damaging them down enough so when they get there and fire off for their few seconds, they're killing them. And there's enough of them left to do a lot of damage. You can see here they're closing and firing. Plus some of them are here. Yeah, I've got the destroyers in here as well. Got a bit longer range. Medium range disruptors. Down to 4K. There we go. That was a retreated fleet. Overall, the balanced fleet did pretty well. I'm not sure it did it well as the cruisers, but probably just a personal choice what you want to do, whether you want to have a bit more balance with your fleet, having some more battleships. So we did lose 24,000 alloys, not many screening ships. Did lose quite a lot of capital ships, actually. Quite a lot of the cruisers was 7 and 5, so it was 12 out of 16. And we lost 3 of our carrier battleships and 2 of our artillery battleships and our Titan. The opposing fleet, well, actually that damage is about the same, 23,000 or 24. So the winning fleet actually lost just slightly more alloys. The main battleship fleet managed to disengage more successfully, losing 14 battleships. So you can see how these ships are still very effective, but they just don't win the actual battle versus the balanced fleet. So we'll have to do some tweaking here and see if we can find something which can take on the balanced fleet while also improving the balanced fleet, and just seeing what combination works best. So for this fight, we've still got our artillery battleships as our main opposing force, 30 again. No real changes there. Then we've got our balanced fleet, but this time we've gone back to having 8 battleships and 24 cruisers to see the difference in how the battle plays out, to see if having the battleships is better or having extra cruisers is better. Because that's a design we didn't have last time. So we missed out on 4 whirlwind missiles and 4 marauder missiles firing each, because we've got 8 cruisers, whereas the battleships only had 4 lots of these. And there's also a bit more point defense and flak, even though that's not really relevant for this fight, but it's there if we needed it. Same amount of strike craft. Actually running artillery combat computers so we can stay in range of our missiles, engage a bit more. The rest of the fleet is relatively the same. So, Titan does have dragon scale armor. Probably shouldn't have included that, but anyway. The rest of the fleet is the same as what we've been using. No real changes there. I could put more shield hardening and things like that in armor hardening if I wanted to, but I'll just keep things as they are for now. We'll just balance it, leave it as it is at the moment, because this is what we've used currently, and we'll see if it continues to work or not. This is mainly to test if cruisers or the battleships are better, not really the other overall ships. We know how they work.
Mixing it up with a hostile fleet.
Battleship now. Oh, they lost 2 battleships apiece. Their firepower overall is higher. That's because they just got those pure battleships. We have lost 4 battleships. They need to be targeting the battleships. Now we've closed range, we're leveling up the firepower. Strike craft, those missiles, doing a fair bit of damage. We don't have any torpedoes in this fleet at the moment, so that's something we couldn't improve upon if we wanted to. Certainly when fighting capital ships. You can imagine if we had torpedoes, this battle would be a lot faster. That's something we could look to improve upon in this balanced fleet design. Lots of small ships left still. Well, I say small, but I think there's some disrupted cruisers in there all firing, so they're chasing them down. So there's quite a lot of variety in there to chase them down. So these battleships, I don't think this is going to have that fighting problem, because we've still got lots of long-range missiles as well. See them, all the disruptors. They're chasing him down quite effectively. Focus Archimedes are still firing. Interesting to see the ship losses to see what. Okay, that's a retreated fleet now. They've won the battle, so I think we're about 34,000 firepower last time. So we are a little bit above that. And let's look at the actual ship losses if we can. We lost 14 battleships. That was about the same, actually. I think pretty much exactly the same. 23,000. Yes, it was. And our losses are less. It was about 24,000 losses last time. So we saved about 3,000 alloys, 3,000 alloys using the cruisers. Not many Corvette, not many screening ships lost because these guys just don't have any screening at the moment. You can see how vulnerable the capital ships, if just using large ships, are if you don't have screening. These type of fleets are beating them every time, even though they're even not optimized for capital ship engagement. Because yeah, I could swap one of these designs out and put torpedo cruisers in here, and imagine what happens if I put 8 cruisers in here with devastator torpedoes and they charge in like this fleet. Instead of having disruptors, they charge in and they've got 3 lots of devastator torps and disruptors and go in there and obliterate those carrier artillery battleships. So we lost what's that, 4, 6, 10 cruisers all up, 5 battleships, and our Titan died again, even though it's got that awesome dragon scale armor. It still died easily in the opening 30 seconds of the fight, I think. So overall, it looks like the cruisers are better. They just add a bit more versatility, and because you do have 8 basic hulls versus 4 for a battleship, in terms of the naval capacity, what that's equal to, you just have that extra 4 whirlwind missiles and 4 marauder missiles, which that provides extra damage to your fleet. And you've probably got, what was that, 8 times 5,000 armor, for instance. That's what, 40,000 armor. And if you had the carrier battleships, just have a look at the armor on them. Where's the carrier battleship there? Their armor is just a bit over 5,000 as well. They got a mix of shields. So 4 of them would only be 20,000 armor. But then you've got the shields as well. That's another 4,000. So that's the 16, so 36,000 really. So you can see how having the extra cruisers really adds a lot of hull points, armor, shields, and also extra weapons to the engagement. So overall, cruisers are slightly better because they're firing missiles from long range and engaging this type of fleet constantly with more weapons. So yeah, the cruisers just provide a bit more flexibility in terms of disengagement anyway. So for this fight, we've got our same battleship fleet, because we're just testing out against capital ships, battleship fleets, because lots of players like to use lots of mono battleships, and I'm just trying to demonstrate how using a balanced fleet is actually superior and will do a lot more damage overall. And we'll beat this fleet pretty much every time, or even lots of variations of this fleet. So we've got our balanced fleet again, but this time what I've done is I've taken out the destroyers, I've added in more corvettes. So I want to see if having the destroyers is better or having extra corvettes. So we've got our standard corvette here design, mix of disruptors, flak, and you can mix this up. You might have half as flak, half as PD, depending on what you're facing. We've got the same cruiser designs here, carrier, disruptor, missile. Haven't even changed into torpedoes or anything yet. And we've still got our Titan. The Titan, we'll just leave it with dragon scale armor. It's a special Titan, that one. So I could even swap out the disruptors, put in some extra kinetics. So this fleet is far from optimized from fighting capital ships. We could add in extra artillery here to give us extra long range firepower. And our cruisers, at least some of them, or half of them, I could be using, instead of this, torpedoes. Could be using torpedoes as well here, as well as missiles. So far from optimized against these battleship fleets. We could really decimate this fleet if we wanted to, even harder. I just want to see how the corvette screening fleets go, if this improves the fight or if it detracts from the battle, having more screening ships rather than destroyers. Let's find out.
We're under attack. Time to dance.
charging in there. Those screening ships. Harass the enemy. Already lost a battleship there. Cruiser. See all the corvettes in there harassing the battleships with their disruptors. Relatively even at the moment. Oh, we lost a lot of battleships in this fleet. 5 so far. 3 cruisers. Only lost 2 battleships. I think a lot have retreated though, as all these corvettes are just hammering them with their disruptors. Speed this up a little bit. Yeah, you can see they're hunting them down at the moment. They've got the speed to do so. No real combat computer bug happening at the moment. I think because there's just so many ships we've got available to use that are firing. You can see all these missiles firing. Focus Archimedes, so no one can really escape at the moment. It's down to 11k. Cool.
New job in the situation log.
Still chase. They still go over here and chase. Okay, that one's dead. And that one's retreated. This is the last battleship. There we go, that one retreated. 85k left, wow. I think a lot of that is the corvettes. Yeah, it's only lost 2 corvettes. We lost 3, 5, that's 8, and 2, so 10. Is that right? 2, that 5, 7, yeah, 10. 10 cruisers all up. 5 battleships. The damage 17,000, nearly 18,000 alloys. So overall, that's the lowest loss in terms of alloys that we've had, and we kept our Titan in the fight. So we must have just harassed them and killed them quick enough that Titan didn't die. What did they lost? But they actually didn't lose that many battleships. They only lost 7, and that's probably because the disruptors, the corvettes, were firing the disruptors and forcing them to disengage rather than doing that high spike damage. Say from the focused Archimedes and artillery, which could kill the battleships. So that fight was faster because we had more screening ships or corvettes to go in at close range and harass the enemy. So that did seem to be a bit more balanced in terms of the alloy damage that we did, or to ourselves, the alloys that we lost. But it probably would be about even actually, using seven battleships. So we did win the battle and kept more of our fleet intact, but also more of their fleet intact. Okay, interesting. All right, let's move on to the next battle and see how it pans out. Okay, so for this fight, we've changed our battleship fleet a little bit. I just want to see how this compares against the all artillery fleet. So we've got 2 carrier designs. We've got our artillery design and a carrier battleship design. So artillery design, I've changed it slightly. I've added in an extra auxiliary slot. I've added in some well, you've got the shield hardening and armor hardening, and we've got afterburners. We've also got double missiles. We've dropped 1 kinetic battery and added some missiles. This will help us a bit with some of the smaller ships. Still running artillery combat computer, but to help us as well, we've got our carrier battleship, which has got the double hangar bay. Same auxiliary slots, 3 auxiliary slots. We've got the whirlwind missiles, marauder missiles. We do have a bit of flak here to kill the enemy strike craft, which has some carriers in this fleet as well. So just a little bit different. So probably overall not as much DPS in terms of alpha strike, instant damage, but we do have probably more sustained damage over a longer term. But it just depends if we can dish out damage fast enough to kill the enemy, or if they kill us faster. Opposing us is the exact same fleet we used last time. There's no changes whatsoever. So we'll just see how this balanced fleet performs against this fleet. See how it pans out.
Hostiles engaged.
Sides, I lost the battleship. Opening salvo, the cruiser there. Strike craft are in here. You don't see the strike craft firing a lot, doing a lot. I don't know if it's a graphics glitch or what. Or see if you can see strike craft damage on here. Yeah, advanced strike craft down the bottom. Advanced strike, only 831, 11. So they're not doing hardly anything really. compared to the other weapons, you look at the focused arc is already in 44,000. Tank artillery, yeah, and the strike craft. We'll give it a little bit longer. I've noticed this before. The strike craft seem to fly around, and they're not doing a great deal. Every now and again, you see them firing. Just don't seem to be doing a great deal. Maybe the flak are killing them too quickly. We've lost 6 battleships now. We've lost 4 and 4 cruisers. We're staying at long range firing. Fleet seems to be hunting one down at a time, or groups of them down at a time. Okay, let's check the strike craft damage again. Look at that, 384. They're doing nothing. Advanced strike craft, 1500, 1519, 26. Wow. That's, and I can't see them actually doing much in the battle. Like often you can see them, you know, focusing down ships and flying around them and hunting them down, but I just don't see them doing anything effective. I'm not sure if they're bugged or what. But unless my eyes are deceiving me, I really can't see them doing anything. How many carry battleships have we got left in this fight? Artillery, maybe they're all dead. No, we've got carriers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We still got heaps. We do look like we're winning. So unless the battle isn't being calculated correctly or something, it does look like this fleet is winning. Perhaps. I think a lot of their battleships are down, are they? Don't see anything over on this side. So unless that's just not being calculated correctly, because they do seem to be doing very well. Maybe graphics glitches and calculation problem. You can see the disruptors firing there. Where are the strike craft? I don't even see them. Normally, see with this amount of battleships on, we should see a good swarm of them flying around. And particularly this long into the fight, we've got carrier battleships. You can see there, we've got all carrier battleships in play. Quite a lot of them. We should see strike craft flying off. Now they're just trying to engage the corvettes, and the strike craft should be making mincemeat of these corvettes. Damage now, strike craft, 384. Oh, they're above the flak artillery. The strike craft done more damage than the flak. Oh, the flak's done more damage here to shields than the strike craft. But I can't see how adding in 15 battleships of carriers would flip this battle and possibly lead to this fleet being destroyed. It looks like most of their capital ships are gone in this fleet without those strike craft being effective in this fight, because otherwise you're taking out a lot of firepower from this fleet. And you've just that just missiles. The only difference in this fleet, they've still got, they've just got missiles firing instead of their kinetic artillery. So unless that's made a huge difference, see the damage from the missiles. They're well down the list. Yeah, they've only done 3,000 damage to hull, 700 damage to hull there. Damage to armor is a bit better, but still not that. Well, whirlwind missiles have done a lot of damage to armor there. 47,000 is the top one actually. But overall, not much damage to hull, so they're not actually killing the fleet. So this seems rather buggy with the strike craft to me. So we're just focusing on the corvettes flying around now. Slowly whittling them down. They're being bugged out as well. So we've got strike craft bug and we've got combat computer bug. With the strike craft, they should just go in there and just maybe they can't even see the strike craft. There's nothing launching. Initial strike craft went in, fired a few shots, died, and then there's been no strike craft since. So overall, we only lost 8 battleships. Even with that bug, so I just find it hard to believe that the strike craft did so little damage. So whether there's background calculations going on, it's a graphics glitch or something, and it's not appearing as a damage, because how could the battle swing so wildly in favour of this fleet when I took out 15 artillery battleships and placed them carrier battleships if their primary weapons aren't really working? Because the focused argument is, alright, the artillery battleship focused argument is that same, so there's no issue there. We had 4 kinetic batteries instead of 4 missiles. Did the missiles really change the battle that much? Not according to the damage output, it didn't. And then you got a couple of flak there as well. So the hangars, the strike craft, are the primary damage. So they must have been out there doing far more damage, or at least in the battle calculations, just not being displayed to us. So that's another bug, another glitchy bug, which is not surprising because it seems like every time there's a major update, Paradox breaks strike craft. I think the last sort of updates, a big update, just sort of strike craft just flying around in big swarms on the edge of the map, not doing anything. This time you can't even see them at all. By opening salvo, you can see them, but that doesn't look like they launch again. This is on the latest patch as well, so that's rather concerning. All right, we'll do one more test. So for this battle, we've got our same fleet of artillery battleships with missiles, and we've got our carrier battleships as well, same as last time, with missiles and strike craft and focused arc emitters. Now opposing them, I've changed it up. I wanted to see how effective it would be by taking out the disruptor cruisers and the missile cruisers, and I've replaced them with basically what I said before: devastator torpedoes and disruptors. So still got a lot of our disruptor firepower, and we've got our devastator torpedoes to go in there and really smash them. And we're using picket computers so that we close to a certain range and fire. I'm hoping, because sometimes when you've got that torpedo computer, it bugs out as well, like Swarm computers does. So we do lose a little bit of fire rate, or explosive damage, I should say, from the torpedoes, but overall, they do so much damage to battleships, it's not going to really matter. The other design we're running with longer range neutron launchers, using artillery combat computer with missiles, and there's a couple of disruptors there for to help deal with screening ships, although it's not a factor in this battle, but I've just left it in for balance purposes. I don't want to change everything to min-max absolute, best possible counter for this fleet. This is just chucking in the designs I've already got without changing them that we've seen previously, and seeing how this will impact the battle. I imagine with these torpedoes, it should swing things well in favor of this fleet. Let's find out.
Hostiles engaged.
And there we go, neutron torpedoes away. We've lost a couple of battleships already. Corvettes are closing in. Just have a look at these. So these are devastator cruisers closing into close range with the picket computers. Already lost 4 battleships. But they are firing torpedoes away. Whether they're actually hitting anything, it looks like they're missing. Lost 6 battleships. I've lost 6 cruisers as well in this fleet, and 2 battleships now. I've lost 7 battleships. Launchers firing again long range. 8 battleships. I think quite a few more have retreated, judging by looking at what ships we've got left on the screen and the firepower difference. 4 battleships down. They're going down quite quickly now. It's all these long-range weapons, constant neutron launcher bombardment. I don't see the Devastator torpedo cruisers doing much. I think that a lot of them got killed. Let's see. We have lost 8 cruisers all up. Just gives them a lot more long-range firepower, these neutron launchers. When they actually hit anything. To the constant long-range bombardment. Alright, let's speed this up. This battle is over. The battle wasn't as quick as I thought. I thought those Devastator torpedoes would be more effective. Maybe I do need to use the torpedo combat computer. Alright, so that's the end of that battle. 82,000, so we have got quite a lot of ships left. 18,000 alloys lost, so screening ships, minimal losses. So we did lose, I only lost 3, but probably a lot of them retreated, I imagine. 4 carrier battleships, 2 energy torpedo, neutron launcher torpedoes, so it's that 3, 7, 9 cruisers, and we lost 5 battleships. Opposing, they lost 6 there, and 7 there. So it's that 13 battleships all up. So they didn't lose as much as I thought they would have lost. Not too bad. All right, I might just change that the torpedo combat computer and just replay that battle quickly. Okay, so for this fight we've got our same fleets we had last time, except I just have changed the combat computer, as I said I would, to torpedoes. It's the only change between these two fleets. They have changed sides, and we'll just see if that actually changes the outcome of this battle or if it would be the same regardless.
We're under attack. Time to dance.
Pay close attention to these torpedo cruisers. There's neutron launchers away. It should be these cruisers chasing the enemy down. Let's just check. Yep, Devastator torpedo cruisers. They're coming in now. Lost 4 battleships. I couldn't actually tell if they fired the torpedoes or not. Looks like they are staying in closer range. Down 6 battleships here. This seems to be going faster. Down 7. Oh, they were firing over here some torpedoes. We'll look at it. Are we down? We're down. Yeah, we're down 11 now. This is definitely working better with torpedo combat computers. So, yep. Using Picket didn't help. You just see we're down to 14 battleships have lost versus 1. We've lost more cruisers actually. Now we've got all these carrier battleships we're trying to deal with. So we're doing actually as well as last battle. Seem to be taking more losses. Maybe that's just RNG. You can see these corvettes are just not engaging these cruisers, these carrier battleships as well. They just seem to be more spread out this time around the periphery. Starting to chase them down a bit now. We've actually lost, I think, majority of our capital ships. Look here. All the corvettes. Yeah. So we're down to pretty much corvettes. I think there's one cruiser somewhere. This is where we get the bug, because we're down to just short-range weapons pretty much. You can see we just keep losing the corvettes. They can't quite catch them. Combat computer bug at play again. See, changed the devastator torpedoes. I thought it was going really well, but then it just sort of died so fast. This is going to be bugged out. Let's just speed this up. These carriers will just kill them. Go away, all these events. Really need to fix this. Nearly there. Okay, finally. Took about 6 months of fighting. So yeah, definitely, well, they took a lot of losses actually. It was a very bloody battle. In terms of this fleet, they lost majority of their battleships, down 11. Only 11 survived, so they lost, what's that, 19 battleships, which is, yeah, 30,000 alloys. Well, that's most of our corvettes because of that stupid bug. Yeah, look at the cruisers got decimated. Maybe coming in closer just got them killed so much quicker. 6, 7 to 13. 3 sets, what's that? 16 cruisers, 6 battleships. Yeah, so overall, I think the other design worked better. So, oh well. Alright, guys. Send me some comments what combats you'd like to see with various ships versus various ship designs, weapons, and other type of stuff. If you like this video, hit the like button for me. It helps with the algorithm. Leave me some comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.